It's beautiful. What? Hi, I'm James. This is Embers in the Wild, and I've just been lucky enough to move back to the countryside, so I'd like to show you around. Just on a walk in my local woods at the minute, which I don't know that well because obviously, like I said, we just moved there. But I'm looking for some materials for a bow drill set. So let's go and have a look, see what we can find, and I'll show you what I'm looking for, what I'm not looking for, and what I'm finding out. What I'm looking for fire bow drill is there's lots of different kinds of woods that you can do it with. There's hazel, sycamore, red cedar. There's endless amounts of wood. But what I'm actually looking for is a tree that's at a certain stage of death. I mean, it's dead, but a certain stage of decay. I want the endophytes to have worn away at the wood enough so it's slightly soft. So that means it's probably going to be one of the dead for a couple of years. Something that's still got dry leaves on it is not going to cut the mustard. So we'll have a look around and I'll see if I can show you some examples of something that's too hard, something that's too soft. It's a bit of Goldilocks situation. We need something that's in the middle. First, let me explain what a bow drill is for people that don't know. It's a way of making fire by putting friction between two pieces of dry wood, and this will make a hot powder, and the more heat you put in that powder, eventually it gets to smoking. When you take away the drill and it's still smoking, you take away the hearthboard and there's still an ember there, it will coagulate into this glowing coal, and we can put that into a tinder bundle and blow it to flame, which hopefully I'll be able to show you in a minute. This is something which we would be looking at. It's hung up, so it's going to be dry. It's been dead for a while. Sound hollow, but this is actually ash, which is not going to make for a good bow drill set because it's too hard. This will just start glassing and polishing if you rub it together. So we'll keep looking. Now I've come up the woodland a bit and I'm in what's called an overstood coppice, a hazel coppice. If I turn you around and show you. This used to be full of hazel that was cut on a rotation of probably every 7 years. But where it's let to go, people don't cut it, it just starts rotting and it will eventually snap out and rot the roots out and kill the tree. So people think cutting trees kills them, sometimes it actually saves them. But this one's gone over it. What we're looking for is something that's still stood up, but it's probably been dead for maybe 1 or 2 years. We want it stood up so it's dry, but we want it dead for a couple of years so the endophytes start breaking down the wood. Not so it's punky, if you know what I mean by punky, but just before punky is the best for fire drill. And hazel is actually what I've had the most success with. So we're going to go around, get the saw out and start just tapping stuff to see what it sounds like. See, that's still alive, you can hear that. I'll find something that's dead and I'll show you what it sounds like. You can see this is dead. It stood up there. If you can start to sound a lot hollower. It's not quite what we're looking for, but it's getting there. Isn't nature just mad? Look at that. She's still going. Brilliant. Need something to look at actually. All this looks dead. This is squirrel deer damage, but this looks dead. So always look up, because there's still leaves on this, so it means it's going to have water running for it, for the xylem, so that's going to be no good to us either. The thing to watch out while you're going through woodlands like this is not actually a path. Always look up, because if ash has got it could well fall on your noggin. So just be careful where you're walking. Ash dieback, beech, limb drop, all sorts of things. Just be careful. We might have a winner here for a spindle. See where all this is being eaten away. I mean, this is no good, obviously. That's 2 gone. Okay. You can see where everything's been taken over. That's starting to get punky. But this one over here may be okay. We're just going to cut into it and have a look. See how it's all been eaten away by endophytes. It's not flaking though. It's still hard. Stick a nail in it. It's not coming out. It's not punky. So we'll give that a go. We'll collect some more though. So I walked around the same tree and followed it down, and it's been dead for a while. It's might get hardboard out of that. I'll cut it and see. I'll show you in a minute. Look at where I live. Pretty lucky, eh? Beautiful. Right, I'll try and get you in between cars on this bloody road. This is not enough, and for tick action, this is way too much. Goldilocks, something like this. This is just on the edge of going over, but this is pretty good. Okay, so I want to make this into the spindle, something like this, and then this into the half-board, something like this. So I'll get on and do that and get back to you. I want to find the straightest part of this and kind of make it as straight as I can with my carving, then lose the rest. Then I get my knife and make a divot here and get this and do what's called burring in. So I'm going to make a burn mark where that's going to go, and then I can cut out my V here. This is my bow. It's called burning in. Okay, so now I know where the centre of the drill is going to go. I just put my V in here. I also need to sharpen up my carpentry on the end so I've not got as much friction. Back in 2 secs. Alright, now I've got all the bits. I'll show you. I've got a bearing block. This goes on the top here, like that, so I can push down on it. This goes under here, so I can catch the embers. Then this goes in here. When it's in this bow, bearing block on top, and then I'll show you the actual filling process. See what we've got here. Got half board, also to catch the ember with, it's a bit of leather. Got spindle, bearing block. Very important to have your knife and your tinder bundle right next to where you're working. Foot right next to the drill. Knee behind his foot, shoulders whatever way you're working. See that rope slipping. What I'm going to do is loosen up the rope so I can wrap around twice. Hopefully it'll stop it slipping. Right, as you can see, what I've done is I've loosened it up and put it around twice. So string keeps climbing up on the spindle and knocking it out. Need to sharpen it up as well. Less friction on the turning point. Put that down. Look at that. So much better. See there. Now that will start calculating into nice coal. There we go. There we go. Flake. So that's how you do it. Hard bits and all.